Hello everybody, it's Mystic, and welcome back to my library. This is my review for the all-new indie game called To the Rescue, which is a dog adoption simulation game created by Little Rock Games and published by Freedom Games. In this game, you will run a dog shelter, care for dogs, and help these dogs get adopted. It is super cute, and I wanted to just give my opinions on it, let you know if it's something that is worth buying or if you should wait for a sale. So yeah, let's get started. I want to talk about the best parts of this game first, and then I will move on to the things that I found to be a little frustrating, maybe things that might prevent you from wanting to get it right away, or maybe it's not a deal breaker. So let's just go over everything and you can see what you think. Please bear in mind, these are my own opinions on this game based on the 6 or 7 hours of playtime that I've put into this, not including the demo that I did actually play as well. So let's start with the best first. 20% of all profits for this game go towards charity, and that specific charity is the Pet Finder Foundation. This one was really cool for me because we actually adopted our dog through Pet Finder a few years ago. So this one just really warmed my heart to know that they are donating some of their profits to help real animals in need. And I thought that that was very sweet. And honestly, for me, one of the biggest selling points for this. Like I said, Pet Finder helped us find our dog, so we're very grateful to them, and I'm glad that some of the purchase price went towards that. You get to take care of dogs. There are a lot of different dogs to care for, and all of them are incredibly cute and fluffy. I mean, how do you not love being able to care for dogs? Even if they're not real, they're super cute. And they're dogs. There is an option to turn off euthanasia. As someone that doesn't like supporting shelters that euthanize unadopted dogs, this was great news for me. You can actually turn off euthanasia in this game if you don't want to run a shelter that euthanizes unadopted dogs. You can actually form a rescue network in the game, and then you can send dogs that you can't get adopted out to other shelters or even like foster homes and stuff like that, which is great because then you don't feel bad about sending dogs away and you know they're going to be in good hands. There are 2 modes in this game. One is story mode, where you will follow the story of your character learning how to run a shelter and then being able to own their own shelter. They will then have 8 weeks to try and get everything off the ground and meet certain challenges and expectations, and if they can do that, then you win. If you don't want to play the story mode, there is also sandbox mode, which is a little bit more chill, and you start off with various skills or the ability to earn skills, and everything is pretty much obtainable as you level up and as you go. So if you don't want to go through the story and you'd rather just play sandbox, there is an option for that. The developer is extremely responsive and will fix problems with the game as they are reported. So make sure to report any bugs you find, and you will find out that there will be updates to the game pretty quickly. I mean, the game released yesterday for me. People had already started playing it and reporting bugs, and literally within a few hours, the dev had already posted a new update. So they're extremely responsive when responding to bugs, and they will get those fixes out as soon as they can. There are also various difficulty modes for this game that allow you to play at your own pace. So if you don't want the time of the day to go as fast as it does, it's normally set for normal, but you can slow it down, you can speed it up, depending on how fast you want to go through things and how much of a challenge you want, you can do that. You can also opt into simplified modes for all of the mini games, which will make your life a lot easier as well. So definitely consider that if that's something you want to do. Now, let's talk about the parts of the game that could use a little work. First off, the game is still pretty buggy. I encountered a few the first day when I started to play, and some of which required me to restart the entire day, which was a little frustrating. That being said, by the second day, as I started playing it, I noticed that a lot of these issues that I was having were already fixed by the dev the night before. So this is great news because, like I said, they do respond promptly to bug issues, and even though I did encounter bugs, they got fixed pretty quickly. There are still a few bugs in the game, but I imagine that since the dev has been so prompt at getting things fixed, that hopefully they will also be fixed in the meantime. You can only save at the beginning of the next day, which means that if you encounter any bugs or issues and need to restart, you will be restarting the previous day. So that means you're going to lose progress for a day. Like say you got through half your day and encountered a bug, you're going to have to go go back and go through that whole half a day again because the save point happened in the morning. There is no way to manually save this game at the moment. I found the controls for this game to be a little bit clunky and had issues selecting the right dogs and kennels. So the way I played it was with keyboard and mouse, and I noticed that sometimes the game would not point you at the right dog or the right kennel, and I had to kind of scroll through things to get to the right one. It was a little bit frustrating, especially when like you use the mouse wheel and it's sending you to a dog that's much further away. So you have to kind of work with that a little bit, but hopefully that gets fixed in the meantime as well. The instructions for this game can be a bit vague, so it can be a little bit confusing when you're brand new to the game as to what exactly you need to do. Unfortunately, there is no way to repeat instructions, or at least not that I could find, so if you are confused, you may want to look it up on YouTube or maybe even online to see if anybody has any help for you there. I encountered a few graphical issues where dogs sometimes weren't showing up in their appropriate kennel. Even though the game had them set in a specific kennel, it sometimes showed the dog outside or in another dog's kennel, even though they weren't technically there. It was just a graphical glitch that showed that, which was a little bit confusing for me because it kept looking like I had two dogs in a one dog kennel. The story version of this game can be pretty difficult at first, as you don't have a lot of skills or options to improve your quality of life. If you find it too difficult to keep up with, I suggest playing Sandbox instead, as you can start off selecting some skills and even hire employees to help you out. This is something you can't do in story mode until you progress through the story. So if you'd rather just have a little bit more of a chill playthrough, then Sandbox is definitely going to be the way to go. I noticed with story mode that a lot of stuff took a little while to progress through and things didn't unlock right away, and it could get very chaotic very early on if you're not careful with how you're playing. So for a new player, that could be incredibly stressful. So if you don't want to deal with that, definitely consider Sandbox mode. All in all, To the Rescue is a very cute game, though it does have a few issues right now. Hopefully the dev will get back to it and fix things as time goes on, but on the second day of its release, I do think that there are several issues that do need to be addressed, but it is still a very cute and very wholesome game. So I think I'm going to be giving it 3 books out of 5. Hopefully you enjoyed this review of To the Rescue. If you bought this game and you've been playing it, let me know what you think in the comments below. I would love to hear other opinions on what you thought. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media. I have links for all of those down in the description box below. You can also become a channel member, which is an optional $1.99 or $4.99 a month by clicking the join button down below, or a fan house sub, which is a safe for work platform where I post all sorts of fun things, including pictures of my dog, recipes, book reviews, all sorts of fun stuff. And you can do that by clicking the link down below, and that is a $3 a month sub. And again, all monetary support is completely optional, but very much appreciated. Hopefully you all have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye!